Royal Caribbean says all this food is included for free, but is it actually worth eating? On the Navigator Seas we tried it all, and while the main dining room definitely outshines the buffet still hides some real gems you do not want to miss. Today we're taking you through everything we ate in 3 days, and trust me, you'll want to see what made the top of our list. Welcome to Yatra Travelers. Consider subscribing if you want to see more of our cruise and travel content. We ate in the main dining room for the first 2 nights, the first menu being the welcome aboard menu. You always get served rolls and butter to start. The cheese roll is the best one. Ask your server if you don't get any. The first highlight of this menu was definitely the crab cake. It was very crispy and the vegetables gave it a great freshness. If you haven't tried escargot, a cruise is a great way to try it. It doesn't really taste like too much other than just garlic butter. It spreads on bread really nicely though. The southern fried chicken came with mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, and a spicy honey sauce that was a nice addition to the dish. I got the prime rib and it was cooked perfectly. We also tried the chicken sag and it came with rice, roti, and raita. Key lime pie is one of my favorites of all time, and it's another highlight of this menu. The candied lime on top was a nice touch and the tartness of the pie was great. On the second night, it was elegant night, and there was an Italian theme. For the last highlight of the dining room, we picked the crispy Parmesan arancini. It's a fried ball of risotto with marinara sauce and some sauteed spinach. The beef carpaccio was fine, but it lacked a little bit of flavor. The lasagna and the chicken parmesan were both good. I had no complaints there. We also tried the lamb kofta served with rice and roti. It was a bit chewy for kofta, but the flavor was good. More of an Indian theme though than the traditional Middle Eastern dish. For dessert, we tried the lemon meringue pie and tiramisu. If you like meringue or toasted marshmallow, you'll love the meringue pie. The tiramisu had good flavor, but the structure was a bit lacking, being in a cup. The Cafe Promenade is one of the longest open hours on the ship from breakfast to late night. The breakfast is a bit simple with just pastries and sandwiches, or if you want something lighter, fruit or yogurt parfaits. When they open for lunch at 10:30, they also have sandwiches, but they add in a variety of cakes, cookies, and various desserts. But the best part is the pizza. They usually have 4 kinds, always cheese and pepperoni, and 2 that rotate each day, but it does run out quickly sometimes and you have to come back later when they have more. If you have the soda package, one of the locations is down on deck 5 right by Cafe Promenade. While on the pool deck, there's a paid Johnny Rockets for lunch, but I do miss the included quick burger and chicken restaurants from other cruise lines. But the El Loco Fresh is definitely a highlight. Very quick service and almost never a line, and always fresh. They have a large variety of meats for tacos or build your own nachos, including chicken, beef, and pork. They also have pre-made chicken or beef burritos that include rice and beans, as well as chicken or cheese quesadillas. The salsa bar also had a great variety of options, but the unlimited guacamole is something you can't beat. Now let's talk about the breakfast at the Windjammer, because the buffet might not beat the main dining room in presentation, but when you see the variety here, you'll realize why it's still a must-do. And yes, there's a few surprise items hiding in plain sight. These were some of our highlights. The cinnamon roll and the eggs benedict is definitely a favorite, and you can't go wrong with hash browns or bacon. The buffet was pretty similar each day with various breakfast meats, hash browns. There was a ham carving station this day. They have some quick grab egg options like pre-made omelets, fried eggs, and eggs benedict, and they always have a live cooking omelet station. Yogurt parfaits and milk for cereal. Various types of cereal. For pastries, I have to recommend the cinnamon roll. Croissants are always nice. They have various breads and jellies, peanut butter, cheeses, and meats for making sandwiches. These salmon crostinis and avocado toasts were pretty good. A cool option was this beef noodle soup. It was sort of like a pho. Had green onions and chili oil, noodles, and beef. I did like the flavor, but the only complaint I would say is the noodles were a bit hard and the broth wasn't hot enough to cook it a little bit more. For drinks in the buffet, they always had pre-poured glasses of orange juice, apple juice, and water, and then there's a coffee area. The seating area of the Windjammer is quite spacious, and there's a nice view to the back of the ship. Even right outside the buffet, there was bathrooms with floor-to-ceiling windows. Regarding lunch, since the ship doesn't have a free quick service burger restaurant, they do have burgers and hot dogs at the buffet, which were fairly juicy, but sometimes they were busy and they wouldn't toast the buns, so I wouldn't say they were as good as Guy's Burgers on Carnival, but they were still pretty good. For the sides for the burgers and hot dogs, they had fries and mac and cheese. Sometimes they had chicken tenders over here. This is the pre-made salad section, and they also have a build-your-own salad area with various toppings, as well as a usual deli meats and cheeses and breads if you want to make sandwiches. Let me know in the comments what's your absolute must-have cruise lunch item. Are you team burger, tacos, or load up on dessert early? One of my favorite parts of the buffet is the dedicated Indian food line. They always have a great variety if you love Indian food like us. They always have some type of rice, curried vegetables, chicken curry, and 2 other types of curries. Today was fish and eggplant. They have dal and roti. There is always rolls out on the buffet, and again, if you can get one of those cheese rolls, I would highly recommend that. This part of the buffet rotated each day, but today it was potatoes, chili, pasta, and broccoli, and a barbecue pork chop. This next area rotated each day as well, and today it was various stews and a large loaf of bread for soup dipping, and also a massive paella-style pan with seafood stew. Everybody always loves the desserts. They had this red velvet and chocolate mousse cake cups, and the pistachio cake with the raspberry was very good. They also had coconut pie, cream puffs, cookies, and fruit. A lot of these desserts you can go grab down at the Cafe Promenade as well. For the lunch, they pre-poured the drinks as well. There's iced tea, lemonade, water, and fruit punch. If you have the soda package, they have 2 more Coke Freestyle machines at the Windjammer. The only other place you can find them being the Promenade on Deck 5 that I showed earlier. If you're interested in getting a drink, they do have a bar right at the entrance of the buffet. We missed our dinner reservation at the dining room on the 3rd day, but it ended up working out because we found another highlight, one of our favorites for the cruise. This charcuterie and appetizer area was a nice addition to the dinner buffet, and there was more decoration like various fruit and vegetable carvings around. They had various meats being carved like beef, lamb, and pork. The side area usually consisted of some rice and potatoes, and today they had some various grilled vegetables. The Indian area on the 3rd night had one of our favorite dishes, chicken 65, which was a fried tandoori style chicken, very crispy, moist, and flavorful. They also had curries and biryani and roti as well. For the kids, or the kids and all of us, there was a chocolate fountain with various fruits and cakes to dip. The dessert area for dinner was a bit larger with vegan chocolate, pineapple upside down, rum, chocolate, and carrot cakes, and there was also jello cups. Overall, I think the food in the Windjammer had a great variety and was good. If you still want another dessert right outside the buffet, you can't forget Sprinkles, the soft serve place, which is open most of the day out on the pool deck. And that's everything we ate for free in just 3 days on the Navigator of the Seas, from stacked buffets to surprise gems in the dining room, whether you're cruising soon or just love to watch food content. I hope this gave you some tasty ideas. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me your favorite cruise meal in the comments. Until the next Yatra, keep exploring.